Hey, what's up guys? Thank you for tuning in here. For today's video, we're going to be taking a look at Transformers Studio Series 1986 Deluxe Class Blurr. So this guy, just like all the other Studio Series stuff coming out right now, is an update on his original G1 design and character model, and this figure's pretty neat. There are some design cues that really remind me of the Titans Return Blurr, kind of just in his stance, the way the legs are shaped, and then also the, obviously the back parts back here really remind me of it. These guys are a lot bigger than the ones on the Titans Return Blurr, but unfortunately, I was unable to find my Titans Return Blurr to compare him. I always like to do a comparison for the video. I could not find him to do the comparison, so I'll go ahead and pull him aside here and just have a picture of him here with the Titans Return Blurr. So hopefully you guys can get an idea there. They have a similar height from what I've been able to tell from other photos and pictures. But yeah, there are those two together, and let's go ahead and get on with it. And to get started here, I just want to take a look at Blurr's detailing and his colors. So his color scheme I really enjoy. The Titans Return one is a figure I like a lot, but it just kind of has that same basic blue that's washed all over it. This one does have interchanged hues of this kind of dark, more deep blue, and then this kind of light sky blue. So I enjoy that, and he has white accents all the way down. He does come with a gun here, so actually his accessories we'll cover real quick. So he's got the gun here. It looks a little off-white in my camera, but it's more, you know, stark white in person. But there is a rifle that he comes with here. It works on a 5mm peg, so you can plug it into either of his fists or hands, whatever. And then he also comes with this little thing here, which is an oil can thing. If it wants to focus, some type of oil can thing, and he used it in like a single frame of the 1986 movie. So, you know, hey, if it's a, you know, exists in one shot, let's make a toy out of it. So it's still a neat little accessory. It's fine that he comes with it. It doesn't really do anything, and I really have no use for it, but it's kind of neat. So he has a gun and this you know, little oiler. Sure. But the real piece of his detail I want to cover up here is his head. So you're going to take a look at his head sculpt here, and man, that is like some Bruce Campbell, Jay Leno. Like, look at that chin. Now, the head sculpt in and of itself is actually really nice. I like it a lot. The antenna up here is greatly sculpted, and then the back panel is actually some really nice light piping, which we don't see much, or, you know, see too much these days, which is nice. But, man, that chin is just something else. So I've seen people kind of mod this and shave that down, as well as Cup. Cup seems to works really well, but I don't know. The sculpt on this kind of seems like if you cut it off, it's going to look a little awkward. But yeah, he's really got a crimson chin on him. Now, this is essentially Bruce Campbell as Blurr, and I don't really mind that at all. I think the face sculpt is not the best that Hasbro's put out, but it's definitely by far not the worst. He's just a little chinny, but hey, what can you do? I think all in all, his sculpt is really good, and I just really like the stance of this figure, how he stands, his running positions, and everything. You can get some really nice running poses out of him, and I just really like it. Like, he has some panels back here, but even still, he just, you know, really flushes out and just looks really nice and slim. And also what I just mentioned about his running position. So he has some really good articulation. Before I get into that specifically, but I just want to show an actual running pose. I'm going to have, like, you know, the little snippets at the end with his poses and all that stuff. But if you are curious, his head does rotate really nicely, so he can get some really nice, that's not the best I've ever done, but get some really nice running poses out of him. I do enjoy this a lot, just out of all that motion, that fluidness. I think it's kind of important for Blurr, so I did want to show a specific pose before I got into his articulation in general. But his articulation, his head is on a ball joint, so it goes rotating 360. It can also go up and down. It doesn't go up that much, but when you're looking to the side for running positions, it actually works pretty fine. His shoulders up here are on hinges, so they're going to rotate 360. They go in and out that much at this like cut piece right here, which I think is pretty neat. The biceps don't rotate, but the upper part of the elbows do 360. They go in and out that much, about 90 degrees. His wrists, they rotate, but they only rotate for transformation because they have these things here. You know, you're not going to get an actual wrist rotation without turning that with it. His waist does rotate 360 degrees, but he does have this nose cone back here you just got to watch out for. His legs down here, they're going to go forward and they're going to go backward that much. They're going to get bumped by that, but you can just go ahead and bump it to the side. They go in and they go outward that much, so they have some pretty good spread. They are going to rotate, they're going to rotate at a thigh swivel back here. You just don't want to pop it out. Going to turn that much. The knee is going to bend that much, and then the feet are really nice. They are on pivots, so you can get some nice bend out of it this way for the transformation up, and then also left and right, obviously. So again, running positions has no shortage. This guy has some really nice posability. It just feels really nice, really smooth to get him into these types of positions. I would say the only issues you're going to have with him is kind of getting him to stand. You're not going to have any issue trying to get him into a smooth looking running position. Blurr here has a really interesting transformation. It's one of those ones that kind of explodes all the way out and then comes back in a nice, really streamlined, futuristic car. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. futuristic sports car mode, and I think this thing is really, really cool. Again, I do apologize I don't have the Titans Return or another Generations Blur handy on me to compare him to, but I kind of want to get a look at him with his animation model. I don't know what frame I'm going to use, so I don't really know how this looks on screen, but I think they did really good, especially with Blur's car here, getting him translated from that original kind of just super fake cartoon car to this physical one right here. I think this car mode is really fun. I think it's kind of goofy that he doesn't have any wheels or anything. He has his robot mode feet on the bottom here, so he just kind of stands, but it does have a little, you know, hover effect with the front here, so hey, is what it is. He doesn't have any like 5mm ports littered around him. He has these two back here, which are his thrusters. You can use effect pieces for that, but hey, I also, when I first got this, I had missed that this little panel down here can be flipped up, but yeah, you can do that. It flips up a little seat, because I guess this is a little solo, like, you know, speed racer type style thing. You don't have any room back there for a Titan Master, so just a heads up on that. Now, I really, really enjoy this vehicle mode. I think it's a great update, and I think it's a really nice interpretation of, like, a really fake, futuristic Transformers car, you know, translated to, you know, a 3D toy and property. I think it's really, really nice, and I think all the detail is there. I think it looks really good. I think it's just kind of unfortunate that there's really just not too much to say about it other than it looks a whole lot like the cartoon. Some people will find that boring, but I think it's really nice, that is, that, you know, we have a really good translation like this. You know, we did have the Titans Return one, still a really good Blur. I'm pretty sure that one actually had wheels, but, you know, this one kind of serves that purpose without kind of trying to shove in a headmaster gimmick. Now, if you're like me and you like vehicle mode weapon storage, he can do that. You just want to grab his gun back here. He's got these two square holes on the butt end of the rifle and then this square post up here. And he can have a gun in his vehicle mode. If you want to have him driving down the street shooting people like his GTA, he can do that. But wait, there's more. If you want to grab his oil can thing, whatever, from his hand from robot mode, you just want to use these two square posts and these two square holes, plug it in backwards, and boom. He has full vehicle mode storage. Now, I know that some people think this is going to look stupid. I absolutely think it looks stupid. I'm not going to display him like this, but hey, you know what? I like that more than nothing. And that's pretty much all I've got to say about Blurr here. I think it's kind of unfortunate. There's not too much really special to say about him other than he's just a really good Blurr toy. Again, I really wish I could compare him to other guys and get more in depth on that side of things, but unfortunately I just can't at the moment. But I do think he's really nice and a great update to the G1 Blurr design, so hopefully that's what you're looking for. If you guys have any questions about him, maybe something I didn't cover in the video specifically, please feel free to leave a comment in the section down below. I'd be happy to get back to you as soon as possible. Please like this video if you enjoyed this content, subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching.